Come on, man. shitter's full. No, lady, how about you shut the f*** up? I'm doing LouTube, bitch!
Subscribe to LouTube.
You big dummy!
Many DAs didn't know how to recruit. Guess what? Who did y'all give the transfer protocol?
Nuts and honey.
Come on, man.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? Let me start off the stream the only way we really can start off the stream today by taking a moment here from the bottom of my heart to wish every single one of you a happy LouTubeHere. How's everybody doing? Y'all ready for another 12-hour day? I'm ready. I am ready to roll. Got 5 hours sleep. That's plenty. That is plenty. I'm good to go. Good to go. All right. What are we thinking on this game here? Y'all like Oregon? Or Texas Tech? Keep in mind the Big Ten is absolute dog shit. Oh my God. Michigan got humiliated. You know Ohio State lost to an ACC team yesterday? Dang. I like Oregon. I like Oregon. And what's going on with these first round buys? Let me tell you my new gambling philosophy. Whoever had a first round buy, I'm betting against them in the first half all day today. Ohio State in the first half yesterday looked like they'd never seen a football. They went on to lose. All 4 teams last year who had a first round bye lost. I'm done denying the obvious. So I'm taking Oregon in the first half. I'm taking Alabama in the first half. And I'm taking Ole Miss in the first half. As far as who I think will win the games, I think Oregon wins. I think Indiana wins. I think Georgia wins. Dang, people are getting hidden already. Happy LouTubeHere, Big Ten about to go 0-3. Stop hiding, people. Mr. Lou, after further review, the Ohio State Black Eyes still lost. I don't even know why you wasted time reviewing it further. It was pretty obvious in real time. No need for a replay. They got their ass beat. They got slapped around. They got slapped around like trafficked sex workers for 4 hours yesterday. Lou has willpower. Buddy, look, there's nobody on the planet with more willpower than me. Period. Period. I'm not perfect, but when it comes to willpower, good luck. I've got so much willpower, it's ridiculous, to be honest. When is Ohio State's next playoff game? Possibly next year. Possibly. Thank you, Jay Shipes and James Cooper, for starting off the show with some super chats. I appreciate y'all helping to support the show. Happy New Year, everybody. Did everybody wake up this morning with 10 fingers? Hopefully we avoided any fireworks mishaps last night. We don't need that. You don't want to start 2026 missing some digits here, especially the most important ones, these 2 here. Hopefully you still have those. Hope everybody had a great New Year's Eve. And in all seriousness, before we get to the football today and the trash talking and all that goes along with it, I love all you guys. I hope you had a great 2025. And I hope you have an even better 2026. So let's go. Let's go. Time for some football. 3 games today. Oregon and Texas Tech up first in the Ernst Bowl. We've got Alabama and Indiana coming up at 4 in the Rose Bowl. And we've got Georgia Ole Miss tonight in the Sugar Bowl. The streaming schedule, which is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. I'm going to be on YouTube right now for the Oregon-Texas Tech game. I'll be back on YouTube at 8 o'clock for the Sugar Bowl, Georgia Ole Miss. The Alabama-Indiana game is going to be on Patreon today at 4 o'clock. And you're in luck because Patreon is half off for New Year's. So, if you're one of the 5-star woozies who has yet to discover the best streams on all of the internet, which of course is the Uncle Lou Patreon streams. You're in luck. You can get yourself signed up today. Give yourself a New Year's present. There's the link. I just posted it in the chat. It's also posted in the description of the video. Patreon half off. Alabama versus Indiana today at 4 o'clock live on Patreon. We streamed what game? We streamed the Ohio State-Miami game last night on Patreon. Had a great time. Ended up being a great game. We rang in the new year together. Gave away some money, which we will do again today. What we do yesterday? Gave away $50 yesterday. We're going to give away $100. We'll do $100 today. We'll give away $100 today on the Patreon stream at 4 o'clock. So make sure you're tuned in. Make sure you're signed up. The link is in the description. I'll post it periodically in the chat, but Patreon today at 4. All right, how's everybody doing? How's everyone doing? We made it to 2026. That's great news. It's amazing news. The comment section bet, which I don't know what's wrong with y'all. These bowl games and playoff games have been going under, and y'all bet the over in the first half. Well, I bet the over. That was the way y'all voted. Y'all voted over 24 points in the first half, so I put the bet in. More than 24 points scored in the first half. That's the comment section bet today. The bets that I have on my own, I've got Oregon and Texas Tech under 50.5 points. I've got Oregon money line in the first half, and I've got Oregon minus 2.5 full game. Those are my bets on this game. So if I win, that's great. It's a pay-lose situation. If I lose, you control me. That's the way it goes around here. That's the way it goes. Should Ryan Day be on the hot seat as a play caller? Well, he shouldn't be a play caller. And I don't think he will be the play caller next year, but you know, Brian Hartline took a job as a head coach, and so he decided to call the plays in the playoff game. It obviously didn't work, but I do not think he will be the play caller going forward. Let's see who gets to go sit on the couch with my Buckeyes. I'm here for. What's up, Henry? Shout out to you, man, for showing up today. This isn't an easy channel to hang around after one of your team's losses. So salute to you, my man, for not tucking tail, running and hiding, man. That tells a lot about you that you're willing to show up even when your team loses. Happy New Year, Henry. A Ohio says, congratulations, Miami. You beat the hell out of us at every facet of the game. Nothing else to say. Good luck to you as you move on. There's another one. So we can't go around saying all the Ohio State fans run, hide, make excuses, all of that. We've got plenty of Ohio State fans around here who aren't doing any of that. So shout out to y'all. Thank you, Ohio, for the super chat. Number one fan of the U. Congratulations to you, buddy. He says Jerry Jones got to see a team win in the postseason at AT&T Stadium. Go Canes. Yeah, Cowboys in a bad way when it comes to the postseason, aren't they? Lou, I woke up missing 3 toes, says Jay Shipes. Yeah, Jay, but I can confirm that you also went to bed missing 3 toes. So that's one of those it is what it is type of deals there. Hard Rock looks gross. It's nearly empty. No excuses. The better team won last night, and I was dead wrong. I'll own it. Shout out to you, Dangler. Ohio State losing was so funny. The excuse fans won't be around for a week or two. Yeah, you're probably right. The same type of fans that hide after a loss are the same ones that make excuses. So you're probably right about that. Thank you, Lou. This is my go-to for games. Hey, I'm glad to hear that. Henry, we're going to have a good time today. We got some good ones. That's for sure. We got some good ones. Lou, I feel like I walked through a fourth dimensional hole, says Jack Burton. It's funny you should mention fourth dimension. This isn't anything football related, so I'll just mention it briefly before the game starts here. A couple of days ago, I fell down a fourth dimension rabbit hole on YouTube or TikTok or something. And I ended up watching videos for almost 2 hours of people trying to explain the fourth dimension. Now, I consider myself to be around average intelligence, maybe slightly above average intelligence. I'm no genius, but I'm also no retard either. The more I listened to people that are really, really smart try to explain the fourth dimension to me, the dumber I felt. I felt myself getting dumber by the minute. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no concept. I have no understanding. I'm not nearly smart enough to understand like the whole concept of the fourth dimension. I'm not saying I don't believe there's a fourth dimension. I'm just telling you, I'm a lot of things. One of the things that I'm not is smart enough to understand the whole talk around the fourth dimension. Will a Miami-Oregon Natty be a battle of the duck? Well, it would if we had a Miami-Oregon Natty, but we, of course, are not going to have a Miami-Oregon Natty. Point and laugh at the Ohio State man today, and as always, go Dogs. What's up, Texas Dog? Happy New Year, my man. Very generous super chat from you this morning. I really appreciate that. I hope y'all enjoyed your New Year's Eve, and hopefully the Dogs can get a win tonight. Ohio State fan here. I blame Mike Bobo. Oh, shit. Thank you, Bye Insanity. Oregon's about to roll. I think so, too. I like Oregon to win. Well, depending on what your definition of roll is, I like Oregon to win the game and cover. If Pete Golding beats Georgia, is he a better coach than Lane? Lane has a win over Georgia. Joseph, what's up, buddy? He says, Happy New Year. My Vols shit to bed. My uncle taught me football, and he passed away last year. He was a Georgia fan. So go Dogs this postseason. Good to see you in here, Joseph. Sorry to hear about your uncle. For me, that was my granddaddy. He's the one that taught me how to love college football. But I know how that goes, my man. Good to see you in here. Give me tech in that defense, says C-Note. James Cooper, what's up, buddy? Everyone hit the like and have a happy New Year. Yeah, please hit the like, hit the thumbs up here at the start of the stream. It's the easiest possible thing you can do to help support this channel, this stream. We're going to have a good time watching these games today. Please take half a second out of what I'm sure is a super busy day for you and hit that thumbs up. It really is a big help. Thank you, James. Didn't he teach you how to gamble? Yeah. Yep, 7 years old, sitting on his lap in his at his kitchen table watching college football games, betting parlay cards. All right, getting ready to get underway here. The Orange Bowl, Oregon and Texas Tech. Oregon a small favorite. The comment section bet is over 24 points in the first half. So in order for that to hit, we need a lot of points in the first half. Give me my wrench back, Lou. Wrenches are handed out on the Patreon stream. Today's Patreon stream will be at 4 o'clock. Let's go Texas Tech. F the Oregon Ibis. What's up, Jay? All right, here we go. The kickoff, and we are underway. Kickoff goes out of the back of the end zone. Oregon will have the ball first and 10 on their own 25. What's up, DK? Went to my first Texas game at 5 years old with my dad and then ended up getting my degree from there. Well, that's what you call a lifer, buddy. You're a lifer. Congratulations, my man. Jolish says, some days I wake up and ponder on what a cursed existence it is to be born a Georgia Tech fan. But anyways, I got Oregon, Georgia, and Bama today. That would mean UGA beat the bye week curse. Good luck. Thank you, Jolish. Happy New Year, buddy. Let's try to keep the, on the 1 to 10 scale of weirdness, Jolish, let's see if we can't keep it around a 4 or a 5, at least during this first stream. Oregon on the ground goes absolutely nowhere, slammed down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 3 yards. 2nd and 13 coming up here for Oregon. Oregon alternate gray and silver uniforms are fire. Well, they've got a billion different alternate uniforms. I can't even keep up with them anymore. 2nd and 12, they're going to call it here at the 23. 5 wide now. Dante Moore in a shotgun back to throw. Gets rid of it. Caught. Short completion up to the 23-yard line. Gain of about 5. It's going to be 3rd and 7 coming up now for Oregon. Still don't understand why UJ never wears their black uniforms. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them wear them once a year, maybe the last home game of the year every year or something like that. Here's a big completion across midfield to the 45. Boy, Oregon went quick, caught me napping, reading the comments section. I missed the beginning of the play. Saw the end of it, though. Johnson with the catch. Another pass, complete out in the flat. Can't break a tackle, though. Tackled right away. Gain of 2 to the Texas Tech 44. Going to be 2nd and 8. Biggs Mike says, I need confirmation. I woke up hungover. Did Ohio State really lose to an ACC team? Happy Lou year to the Louverse. Yes, they did. It was not a dream, buddy. They got waxed. They got beat up physically in that game. Got slapped around like some trafficked sex workers. 2nd and 8 now for Oregon. Just inside the Texas Tech 45. First possession of the game. Moore in a shotgun. Snap. Throws over the middle, caught to the 35, a first down at the 33. Good looking drive to start the game here for Oregon. Both these teams are soft, says Aiden. You think Texas Tech is soft? Have you watched any Texas Tech at all this year? 1st and 10 for Oregon. Back to throw again, Moore. Good protection, gets rid of it, caught inside the 25. Oregon in the red zone, 1st and 10 at the 23. Lou, what's the game time food for today? I know you like fries from T-Bones. Yeah, I did those yesterday. I did a whole meal from T-Bones yesterday. Steak, mashed potatoes, salad. Into the end zone. And incomplete. Good play by the defender to knock that ball away. I did that yesterday. Steak, mashed potatoes, a salad, and Tommy fries. Today we're doing the traditional New Year's meal. Pork, black-eyed peas, collard greens. That whole deal there. Chandler Dickey, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. Happy New Year, Lou. Will you stream AU and SMU? When is that? I haven't decided anything past today, so I don't know. I don't know. 2nd and 10 here. Oregon in the red zone, first possession of the game. Dante Moore under center this time. They're going to hand it off. Has a hole. Tries to get to the outside. Too much speed from the Texas Tech defense. Gain of a couple of yards to the 20. That's it. Going to be 3rd and long now for Oregon with 12 minutes to go in the first quarter. Yeah, the bots are out strong today. The Big 12 is overrated. How? They're rated as the 3rd best conference out of the 4. I don't think they're overrated. I think they're accurately rated. Third and 8. Can Oregon keep the drive alive, or will they have to settle for a field goal? They're right at the 20-yard line. Back to throw. Under pressure. Sacked all the way back at the 33-yard line. Big sack, and now it's going to be a long field goal attempt here for Oregon. JC, what's up, buddy? Good morning. Sorry I'm late. Mark me tardy. Not absent, please. Go dog. Yeah, I decided since it's New Year's and technically it's a federal fucking holiday, I'm actually not going to mark anybody tardy or absent today. That's my New Year's gift to all of you. I'm a couple of plays behind on the Spectrum TV app. Tech about to win this game. Don't overreact on the first drive. That D-line will destroy Georgia. What D-line? Who's D-line? I'm a generated gambler now. That's good, I guess. Here's the field goal attempt, and it is good. A 50-yarder, and Oregon takes an early 3-0 lead here over Texas Tech. What are you guys cooking today, Lou? We're doing the traditional New Year's meal. Pork, collard greens, black-eyed peas, the works. That was a good kick. Ohio State needs to look into that. It's called a field goal kicker. Bama might want to look into that too. Bama, Ohio State, Tennessee. Those 3 teams in particular really need to Google field goal kicker and figure out what that is. Because it appears as though those 3 teams have no idea what that is. corned beef and cabbage. I don't eat that. I don't eat either of those things. What's the best conference so far? I think the Big Ten. I think the Big Ten. Ohio State losing hurts a little. Now, if Bama beats Indiana, maybe we start to recalculate. But I think through this point, everything included, regular season, bowl games, postseason, I think so far I would rank Big Ten 1, SEC 2. You may be a degenerate gambler, but I'm an AI-generated gambler. Also, fun fact, my parents were in Harlem, Georgia for years and took me to T-Bones over winter break from school. Okay. I'm actually in Grovetown, which is in between Augusta and Harlem. So I've got a niece that lives in Harlem, actually. Happy New Year's, Lou. Happy New Year's to you too, Brandon. Lou, are you nervous for Georgia? No more nervous than I always am for any Georgia game, but I think Georgia wins the game. The chat needs to get OSU dick out of their mouth. Yeah, that's not going to happen, Kevin. In case you don't know, they got absolutely humiliated 12 hours ago. So people are going to be laughing about Ohio State for quite some time, especially today. People aren't going to not laugh at Ohio State for losing. Sorry. You might want to check out Josh Pate's channel or one of those type of guys. This ain't the type of channel to hang around if you're sensitive and get your feelings easily hurt. Notre Dame headed to revive the Pac-12. Notre Dame will be in the Big Ten in 2030 or 2031. I hate the Big Ten, but I pull for Dan Lanning. All right, let's see what Texas Tech can do here on offense. Oregon got the ball to start, went right down the field, kicked the field goal. They're up 3-0. This will be Texas Tech's first possession here. Big question, who beats Miami now? Anyone. Yes, Georgia next week. All right, 1st and 10. They're on their own 25. Their first play from scrimmage is a handoff. Bounces to the outside, picks up 3, maybe 4 yards. Second down coming up for Texas Tech. 10.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Ohio State should have showed up for 4 quarters last night. Sorry, I'm late. They didn't have any toilet paper on the sidewalk. What? Is the scoreboard working? No. Let me pull the other one up. I'll pull the other one up. Give me a second. There you go. Sorry about that. 4th and 2. Texas Tech's going to have to punt it away. So a 3-and-out on the first Texas Tech possession. 9.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. They get the kick away. Short punt. Fair catch called and made at the 28. So Oregon will have the ball back. 1st and 10 on their own 28 with a 3-0 lead early in this one. At work and can't watch the game live. Next best thing right here. There you go, Trey. I'll do my best to keep you informed, buddy. First drives are scripted. Don't overreact. Whoa, Todd, ladies and gents. What's up, Joe D? Lose. Did Carson Beck make you like him anymore? I never not liked Carson Beck. You might be confusing me for some other Georgia fans who hate every player that transfers from Georgia and all of a sudden thinks they're terrible. That's not me. I mean, Georgia-Miami in the semifinals is a great storybook game. Yeah, that will be a major talking point for the next week. If Georgia beats Ole Miss tonight, it'll be Carson Beck versus old team. Yeah, Ohio State's on a bye till next season. Yes, they are. That's the fact. My whole family hates Carson Beck. I don't hate him. Says, why does your family hate Carson Beck? Good God. What's up, Lou? Been watching this channel for a while now, and I like the content. I appreciate that, buddy. Happy New Year, my man. If you have to pick one coordinator to loose to another program, is it the OC or the DC at Georgia? DC. I trust the defense at Georgia no matter who the defense coordinator is, more so than the offense. Auburn fans' dumbassery is real. Okay. Thank you, Brian. I generally agree with that statement, I guess. Shout out to my coworker who covered my shift today so I can watch. Dang. Yeah, boy, you owe whoever did that for you, you owe them something. Covering for you on New Year's Day, man. That's awesome. Austin, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. Good game, Miami. You were better. We got a young team. Let's get better this offseason and make another run at a natty. Good to see you in here, my man. You're a real one. Hard to hang around these kinds of channels after a loss. So I salute you, my man. If someone hates Carson Beck, something wrong with you, get over it, move on. Sports is entertainment. Auburn fan has Stockholm Syndrome, getting gangbanged in the SEC. Yeah. When's the last time Auburn had a winning record? Pre-COVID? Some fans need to stop acting like players transferring as a personal attack on them. Yeah, I don't. And then they love the players that transfer to their school, but then players that transfer away from the school, they go, well, they were not any good. They're scared to compete. They're just chasing the money. But then anybody that transfers to their school, they're like, oh, he's doing it the right way. He's here because he wants to develop. It's so funny. All right, a handoff for Oregon on 1st and 10. Picks up about 4, maybe 5 yards across the 30 to the 33 or the 34-yard line. Second down coming up for Oregon. They're up 3-0 early in this one. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. I'm about to leave you still the most hated player. Probably. Yeah. Diego Poverty started knocking on that door too this year. Diego Poverty, Nico, probably the 2 most hated players in college football this season. 2nd and 6 now with about 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Dante Moore in a shotgun. Bunch formation to the bottom of the screen. 1 wide at the top. Snap. Play action, throws behind the line, caught, but Texas Tech ate that alive. That's going to be a loss of 5 or 6 yards there. Never had a chance. Wrapped up as soon as he caught the ball and slammed down for a loss. 3rd and long coming up for Oregon now. Can't blame a guy for wanting to transfer if he isn't seeing the field enough. I thought I was subscribed to your channel, but apparently not. Yeah, I hear that a lot. I don't know what YouTube does. It happens to me too. I'll like just get unsubscribed from some channel that I know I've been subscribed to. That's a good point though. Everybody check right now and make sure you're subscribed. You might think you are, but you're not. Oregon's going to pick up the first down here on a swing route out of the backfield. Wow, Texas Tech fell asleep on that one. 3rd and long, man. You got to win those downs on defense. That's the get off the field down there. 3rd and really long. And they let Oregon convert. Not good. But yeah, everybody check and make sure you're subscribed, even if you think you are, because sometimes YouTube will just automatically unsubscribe you for some reason. Can't chat unless you subscribe. I liked the video. It will be amazing if Georgia gets bumped by Carson Beck. My most hated thing this season is Ryan Williams' hands. 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Oregon looking at a 2nd and 7 here on their own 45, up 3-0 early in this one. Dante Moore in a shotgun, 5 wide this time. batted down at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Weird formation. They had offensive linemen split out wide and all kinds of weird shit. Tried to get too cute there. Didn't work, and now they're looking at another third down. 3rd and 7 this time. Ole Miss, Georgia is at 7:30 or 8. It's the primetime game. I'll be live back here on YouTube for that game, Ole Miss in Georgia. The Bama-Indiana game will be on Patreon today, and Patreon is half off. So if you're not signed up on the Patreon, or maybe you thought about it in the past or whatever, now would be a good time. Instead of 10, it's only 5. Caught at midfield, 2 yards short of the first down. Decision time for Oregon here. Going to be 4th and 2 right at midfield. But yeah, the link to the Patreon is in the description of the video, and I just put it in the chat too. We'll be streaming Alabama, Indiana on Patreon at 4. Get yourself signed up. Half off today. Promo code 2026. 2026. Promo code 2026 on Patreon. And we're giving away $100 over there today too. So spend $5 to join up, and you might win 100. 4th and 2 at the 50. Back to throw. Did he catch that? What a fucking catch. I mean, that was great coverage. Dante Moore with a pinpoint throw and a great catch by the wide receiver to keep this drive alive. I mean, you can't really cover anybody. Look at that. You can't cover anybody better than that. That's just a perfect throw and catch there. There's nothing you can do there if you're Texas Tech except tip your hat. That was just a hell of a play there. 1st and 10 now into Texas Tech territory at the 46. Dante Moore under center. Snap. Handoff. Gain of about 4 or 5 yards to the 38. 2nd down coming up. Rose Bowl is always 4 p.m. Eastern. Almost 900 viewers, less than 300 likes. Yeah, y'all please hit the thumbs up. That doesn't take any effort or energy at all, but it really does help me out. It really does help me out. Dante Moore in a shotgun. 2 running backs with him back there now. Back to throw. Nope, a delayed handoff. Old school draw. Picks up the 1st down. And Oregon's back in field goal range already. Oregon offense putting in work here in the 1st quarter. The Sugar Bowl is always 8:15 Eastern. Y'all get the likes to at least 600. That would be amazing. Let's shoot for that. Let's shoot for 600 likes. Let me know down below, too. Who do y'all think is Alabama or Indiana? Just type out who you think's going to win. Alabama or Indiana? I'm having a hard time picking Bama. I just having a hard time. It's supposed to be raining. Bama can't run the ball. It seems like a bad scenario for Bama. I don't know. But what do y'all think? Bama or Indiana? Brian Gentry, thank you for it. Well, it's pretty split in the chat. I'm kind of surprised. I'm not counting them, obviously, but I'm seeing a lot of Bama and a lot of Indiana. Brian Gentry, thank you for the super chat. I didn't like it one bit, but congrats to the U. Much respect. Y'all put belt to ass last night. Yeah, they did. They whipped Ohio State physically. I mean, there's really no denying that. 1st and 20 following that Oregon penalty. Keep it on the ground off left tackle for a gain of about 5. Going to be 2nd and 15 coming up for Oregon. After watching last night, it's going to be Bammer. It won't be raining during the game I'm seeing now. I think Bama will have a similar issue that Ohio State had. Can't run the ball will lead to issues. Yeah, Bama can't run the ball against air. Never mind against any legitimate defense. 5 wide this time for Oregon on 2nd and 16. Dante Moore back to throw. Gets rid of it. Open. Caught. Tackled right away. Gain of about 12, though. 3rd and 3 coming up now for Oregon with about 4 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. Indiana wins in the trenches. The pregame had a Georgia round 1 feel before the pundits started jumping on the train. Bama gonna flex on them hoes, says Johnny Surf Dog. Lou, who do you have in the Holiday Bowl tomorrow, SMU or Arizona? I haven't thought much about that game. I'd have to look into opt-outs and things like that, but off the top of my head, I would go with SMU. 4 wide, 3rd and 3. Dante Moore, quarterback draw. Tackled short of the first down. Good open field tackle. Going to be 4th and 2. And what does Oregon do? Are they going to settle for another field goal, or do they roll the dice here on 4th and 2? What are they going to do? 3.5 minutes to go, 4th and 2. Up 3. We need them to go for it because we need points. And they are going to go for it. 2 running backs. Dante Moore in a shotgun. Snap. Dante Moore is going to keep it again, and he's not going to get it. They tried a quarterback sweep, and it went nowhere. Might have lost. In fact, they lost a couple of yards. Oregon rolls the dice, and Texas Tech comes up big. Defensive stop for Texas Tech, and a turnover on downs for Oregon down in the red zone. I don't really like this play call. It wasn't Dante Moore. It was Davidson. It was a direct snap to Davidson, and he's never had a chance. If all 4 bye teams lose, do they change the amount of times between games? Ohio State played a lot better in the second half. Well, I think they need to change it just because it's ridiculous to spread the games out that much. It just doesn't make any sense to do that. Whether or not it's affecting the teams that have the bye or not is irrelevant to me. Of course, we all know last year all 4 teams with a first-round bye lost, and so far this year we've seen 1 game with a first-round bye, and that team also lost. And yeah, Ohio State looked terrible in the first half. And was it 24 or 25 days since they had played a game? And I don't think I don't like that. You know, I've talked about this before with Army-Navy, and everybody gets mad. I guess you can get mad again. Nobody watches the Army-Navy game, okay? This whole idea that we can't play any games the Saturday after conference championship day because we have to let Army-Navy have their own day. No, we don't. No, we don't. If those people go to war, I'll tie a yellow ribbon around my tree. I support the troops. They're not troops. They're football players. I mean, there's no reason Army and Navy has to have their own day and nobody else can play on that day. The first round of the playoffs should be played that Saturday that the Army-Navy game is played. If you want to watch the Army-Navy game, you can still watch it. Now, you won't, but, you know, waiting a week so that Army and Navy can have a game to themselves is ridiculous. It's a tradition. Leave it alone. They can still play on that day. They can still play on that day. But it doesn't mean other teams can't play too. And if you love the tradition and you want to watch the Army-Navy game, watch it. But you won't. You don't watch it now. Yeah, let them play week 0. I'm all for that. Let them play week 0 every year. The other thing that's stupid is Army and Navy are both in conferences now. Last year, Navy was almost the highest ranked group of 5 team. You could run into a scenario where Navy plays a conference championship game the first Saturday of December, wins, gets a playoff bid, and before their playoff game, they have to play Army. It's insanity. Do you think bowl games are still an accurate measure of conference strength with opt-out being a thing? Yes, because opt-outs occur in every conference. Games either count or they don't. And if you play a game, it counts. If a team doesn't want to play, don't play the game. Quit. Chicken out like Notre Dame did. If you play the game, it counts. The playoffs should be 4 consecutive weeks with the first 2 rounds being home games. Yes. 100%. Look at the attendance in these playoff games. Fans can't afford to travel to 4 and 5 games all across the country in a 5-week period around Christmas and New Year's. Back to throw, 3rd and 2. Under pressure. Running backwards. Sacked. Throw the ball away, man. What are you doing? I mean, you got to take a 20-yard sack instead of throwing the ball away. Be fourth in oblivion now, and they're going to be punting from their own end zone. I mean, that's just bad quarterback play. If nobody's open, throw the ball away. Let me now just take a 20-yard sack instead, and no big deal. Throw the ball away, dummy. There were tickets to the game last night for $28. Yeah, but you got to fly there. You got to pay for a hotel room. It's not the cost of the ticket. The reason the cost of the ticket was $28 is because nobody flew there to watch the game. I mean, if the game would have been played on a college campus, that ticket would have been $528 and the game would have been sold out. I mean, more fans are willing to, it's easier to drive 2 or 3 hours to go to a game than it is to pay $1,000 to fly across the country 4 times in the month of December to watch your team play. SEC will fix the rough start during the playoffs. Well, they're a part of the rough start. Texas A&M lost already, but we'll see about today. It's not even the flights that are expensive. Hotel, food, etc. Yes, flights are expensive. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You ever tried to buy a cross-country flight 7 days ahead of time? Georgia plays in the Fiesta Bowl if they win tonight. $535 for a ticket for me to fly from here to the Fiesta Bowl and back. Yeah, $200 a night for a hotel room. You'll spend $500 at least on food. And unless you're going by yourself, you can double that. So it's, $500 for one ticket, $1,000 for two tickets, twice the money for food. Here for a new year of shit posting. Well, you came to the right place, D. Taylor. You came to the right place, buddy. I will only support scheduling Notre Dame if they replace Touchdown Jesus with Touchdown Epstein. I think they'd have to put Touchdown Epstein at a synagogue, not a Catholic thing. Uh-oh, Dante Moore sacked now. Oh, boy, tried to spin out of it, but there was another guy coming from the other way. Big loss for Oregon on first down. How you doing? Not except what I already asked. Yeah, no, other than that, I'm good. You got it in there? Do I have it in here somewhere?
It's in the basket now.
Okay.
I think so. All right, I'll be back maybe an hour or 2.
Take time. I mean, don't rush. Tell everybody why I can't come back.
I know. I told you what.
All right.
All right.
Be careful. Love you. Would anybody be surprised if I told you the lady's leaving again right now? Ah, damn. Pass complete for Oregon across the 30. Not nearly enough for a first down. Third down coming up for Oregon. They're still up 3-0, 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. Just go full NFL format and play home games until the Natty. That would be fine with me. But there's a lot of people who still respect the tradition of the bowl game. So if you want to keep the major bowl games for like the semifinals or something, I guess I would be okay with that. But to me, the more games that are played on campus, the better, with very few exceptions. 3rd and 14, Dante Moore going to run. Spin move, but can't get away. Tackle just short of the 40. 4th and 6 now. That's the end of the first quarter. 3-0 Oregon on top. Oregon's looked like the better team so far. No question about it. And Oregon will be punting to start the second quarter when we come back from commercial. Oh, Bird, you had to come see what the fuck going on, man. Get back up on your blankie, dude. Bird, get back on your blankie. Army and Navy players aren't even in the military yet. Most leave after 2 years and don't even get their commission. Did Santa bring you everything you asked for? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Turns out I was a pretty good boy last year. Thank you for the super chats, everybody. Brian says, I blame our loss to Miami on Auntie BA not being present last night. Yeah, all she does is leave. That's weird. I don't even want to get into it. It makes me mad just think about it. Let's see. Did I get everything here? Lou, what are your thoughts on Ohio State's new wide receiver coach hire, Cortez Hankton? Don't know anything about him. I'm not the guy to come to for opinions on position coaches. Head coaches and then a few coordinators is about all I care about or keep up with, to be honest with you. Don't know much about Cortez Hankton. I know he's inheriting a loaded wide receiver room. That I know. But as far as like continuing the tradition of recruiting the top receivers every year, which is what Brian Hartline was known for, I'll tell you the same thing I told Bama fans when they lost Saban. Don't spend 10 years bragging to me about how you have the best of something ever, then lose that thing, and then tell me that the next thing is just as good. So my thoughts on Cortez Hankton would be he's not going to be as good as Brian Hartline, because Brian Hartline's probably the best wide receiver coach and recruiter of all time. BA is the second best thing on YouTube. Burgle Cam is number one. You want me to set up the Burgle Cam for a little bit today? Mike can do a little bit of Burgle Cam here. Let's see. See if we can get a little Burgle Cam here. Burgle. They bullshitting about that damn Burgle Cam, man. They said they need to see the Burgle. They said they need to see the Burgle on TV today. They said they need to see the Burgle on TV all day. Mike can do this too, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Let me see here. Let's see. Hold on, I'm fixing your Burgle Cam for you. There you go. Burgle Cam. Lou, when do you take your Christmas decorations down? Tomorrow, day after New Year's. Sloopy, let's go last night. Go Canes. Yeah, good win for Miami, man. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Thank you for the super chat. Happy New Year. All right, still 3-0. Second quarter underway here. Texas Tech with the ball following that Oregon punt. 2nd and 7, down 3. They're on their own 25. Back to throw. Gets rid of it. Intercepted. That ball floated on him. Tried to throw a deep out route. The ball floated on him, and the Oregon DB jumped the route and picked it off. Easy interception. And then steps out of bounds. First turnover of the game goes Oregon's way. And they're going to be in business here on the Texas Tech side of the field. Sky's the limit says majority of the chat choose the over or 5-star dummies. Don't blame me. I choose the under and put my bet in. Go Miami. Yeah, the unders have been hitting big time in these bowls and playoff games. I don't understand the infatuation with the over either. I bet the under on the entire game. The comment section bet was over 24 points in the first half. Of course, it would suck, but would you appreciate the story if Indiana beats us for the Natty? No. No. I wouldn't. If they beat somebody else, yeah. Your season is over to me. It's almost depressing how bad we were, says Vols. Disappointed me. Yeah, their defense, they need major work on the defensive side of the ball. Total overhaul. Oregon keeps it on the ground. 1st and 10 following the interception. No gain. 2nd and 10 Oregon on the Texas Tech 33. Looking to add to their lead here, up 3-0 in this one. Live bet Texas Tech money line, Lou? No, I've already got a bet on Oregon to win the game, or Oregon -2.5. I got Oregon first half money line. Oregon, Texas Tech -2.5. I mean, Oregon -2.5. Fumble! I think Dante Moore got it back. And he did, but it's a huge loss all the way back at the 44. This is going to be the second possession in a row Oregon has gotten into field goal range and then through negative plays put themselves out of field goal range. Bad offense here down on the Texas Tech side of the field. 2 possessions in a row now for Oregon. Real bad. "13 minutes to go first half. 3-0 Oregon. 3rd and 1,000,000 now. Empty backfield. 3rd and 20. Back to throw. Had a man open, but he wasn't looking for the ball. Falls incomplete. 4th and 20, and Oregon's going to have to punt it. They can't kick no field goal from here, can they? Oregon shooting themselves in the foot offensively every time they get into Texas Tech territory. Tech defense is really good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Front 7 especially. Jacob Rodriguez is an absolute beast at inside linebacker. Stop with the excuse shit. Miami just outplayed Ohio State. Yeah, I don't know what excuses anybody would be making. They got their ass beat. Punt down to around the 10-yard line. So a good punt from Oregon is going to pin Texas Tech deep, who hadn't done much of anything at all on offense so far in this one. They'll get another shot here with about 13 minutes left in the first half, down 3. What's the last UGA game you attended? Georgia Tech in 2022? Yeah, Georgia Tech 2022. The lady had never been to a game, so I took we had started dating about a year before that, I guess. So I took her to a game. Burgle picks a bet second half. 2 treats, he picks 1. You know what? Fuck it. We'll do that. That's might be a genius idea. Remind me and we'll do that. That might be a genius idea. We'll see who's smarter, Burgle or my comment section. It's probably, based on the results of the comment section bets this season, Burgle's got a pretty good chance of taking that one. Took my girlfriend to Iowa, Nebraska for her first game this year. How'd she like it? Irvin snorted the goal line pregame and won't sleep for the next month. Oh, boy, he is wild, man. I'm not saying he's on coke, but that's the type of energy he has. You remember the Charlie Sheen interview from 15 years ago when he was coked out of his mind and he looked at the reporter and he goes, "Hey, look, lady, I only have one speed. Go." That's Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin's got one fucking speed. It's like a mixture of like homeless and crack. That's his speed. I took my son to see Saban beat up on Missouri last season. Well, that's interesting, but Saban wasn't coaching last season. So, not really sure what you took your girlfriend to. But you didn't take her to see Saban beat Missouri last season. I know that. Ohio was doomed the second you played that lame-ass Snoopy song. They liked that so much. Segregation-ass music. Is that a racist song or something? Hang on, Sloopy? I don't get the segregation joke. Burgle picks a bet. Okay, read that. If Texas Tech wins and Baca wins, no Big Ten teams will be left. Boy, what a shame that would be. Texas Tech on first down hands it off. Gain of a couple. That's it. Out to the 12. 2nd and 8 coming up for Texas Tech. 12:30 to go in the first half. They're still down 3-0. Oregon's looked good offensively until they get into field goal range. Then they put it in reverse, shooting themselves in the foot. Should be at least 9-0 right now. Instead, Oregon just with the one field goal. Here comes a 30, 35, 40, 50, 45, 40 out of bounds at the 38. A huge gain from Texas Tech. Gain of 50. Almost 50. Wow, that happened quick. Texas Tech done got themselves out of that hole now. Look at this. Just a quick hitter off right tackle. Reverses field, heads the other direction, and nobody was home on the backside for Oregon. He races down the sideline. Big play here from Texas Tech. Look at that. 1st and 10 inside the 40 now. Best field position they've had today. Back to throw. Underneath and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Boy, that was a big play from Texas Tech, and that happened quick. Twitter analytics said Notre Dame fans deleted over 40 million tweets last night. Well, they deleted 40 million the week before when Alabama won, so they're on quite a roll. I've been gambling since I was 8 at the Greyhound track. I'm now 56. Well, I spent a lot of time at the Greyhound track when I was a kid. My granddaddy used to take me there 2 or 3 times a year, mostly to the ones in Florida. I think we might have went to one in Alabama a couple of times, but mostly Florida. Orange Park, I think, was one he used to take us to a lot. All right, 3rd and 8 for Texas Tech here. 11 minutes to go in the first half. Empty backfield. Back to throw. Tipped. Boy, they're lucky that one wasn't intercepted again. That ball was tipped at the line and stayed up in the air for a long time. Falls incomplete, though. 4th and 8. I don't think they can kick a field goal from here. Probably going to punt it and try to pin Oregon deep. I went to the ones in Tampa. I never went to the ones in Tampa. I think we went to ones in Jacksonville. I really can't remember. I think one of them was named Orange Park. Long field goal attempt, no good. Pushed it wide left. Texas Tech remains scoreless. 3-0 Oregon with the lead. They will take over following that missed field goal. Looks like Ohio State's kicker. Yeah, wide left again. Ohio State's in a bad fucking way. I tried to tell the Ohio State fans, it's hard to win back-to-back natties. You know, not very many programs are capable of doing that, you know. That's like one of the most rare achievements in all of college football, and you have to literally be one of the absolute best of the best programs to have any type of chance of doing that. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, not everybody can do it. And Ohio State just didn't have what it takes. Winning 2 in a row is hard. Real hard, too. Hell, who was the last program to even win back-to-back natties? It doesn't hardly ever happen. It's hard to do. Who was the last program that won back-to-back natties? I can't even remember. Oh, that's right, Georgia. That's right. Georgia. Forgot about that. That's right. Georgia. I think you should add USC to the weird back list. They got one more year before they can go on it. They won the Pac-12 in, I believe, 2016 or 2017. Second and 17, Oregon pass complete behind the line of scrimmage, but cannot make anybody miss and gets tackled after a 3-yard gain. 3rd and long coming up for Oregon with 10 minutes to go in the first half. Yeah, it was definitely Georgia. Definitely Georgia. Can't believe I forgot about that. Anyway, Ohio State's still a decent program, just not good enough to win back-to-back. 3rd and 14 now for Oregon. Moore back to throw. Dumps it underneath. Has some room, but not enough. Gets across the 40 to the 42. It's going to be 4th and about 4. They'll have to punt it away. Can anyone tell me where Ryan Day's smirk is at today? I think he left it on the sideline of the Cotton Bowl. Tech's defense came to play. Burgle is Chihuahua and Pug mix. Yes. There's been a back-to-back champion almost every single decade. Lou, what do you think about Will Riley? I don't know who that is. Uh-oh. Oregon did it again. Y'all see that? Fake punt. Oregon fake punt picks up the first down, keeps the drive alive. Wow. Across midfield. Going to be first down Oregon at the Texas Tech 45. Oregon OC Will Riley, Kentucky's new coach, sir. Yeah, Kentucky's not going to be any good. That been an easy fake punt. I was expecting that. Love Vanderbilt's fake punt attempt yesterday. Texas Tech wasn't ready for that one. Commercials. Oh, wow, all the Notre Dame rent-free comments are so sad. What? I think you should add USC. Ohio was doomed the second you played the Sloopy song. Burgle picks a bet in the second half. All right, we're caught up there. Lou, you're blocking the Burgle cam. Yeah, I apologize. I'll try not to let that happen again, except for right now. Want to see Burgle again? Hit the thumbs up if you want to see Burgle. Here come Burgle. They said, here come Burgle. Look what I got. Look what I got right here. Look what I got. Look what I got. Look what I got. I got Lanny Manny. Oklahoma State would be on the never been list. Boy, yeah, they're in bad shape, aren't they? They're in real bad shape. Let me go refill my water while it's a commercial. First and 10, Oregon on the Texas Tech 46. 8:21 to go in the first half. Handoff. Looking for room. Can't find much. Gains about 2. Second 8 coming up now. What does Burgle have on? It's a little sweater thing that looks like a snowman. There's some Ole Miss fans that hang around here. Second and 8. Dante Moore toss sweep. Still no room. Tackled for a loss again. Third and long. Tennessee went back-to-back 1950 and 1951. That Ole Miss game was closer than I remember. Their offense is fire. Lou, do you get a lot of Ole Miss fans on your channel? There's been some Ole Miss fans around. Third and 10 coming up for Oregon. Can they convert? They're on the Texas Tech 47. Back to throw. Dante Moore looks right, throws, caught, but tackled well short of the first down. Going to be 4th and 4 around the 40. No man's land. What do they do here? Under 7 minutes to go now. My buddy, a Mississippi State fan, and says he would pull for the Taliban instead of Ole Miss. Yeah, that's how rivalries go. That's how rivalries go a lot of times. Oregon is going to go for it here. 4th and 4 on the Texas Tech 40. They need to get to the 36-yard line. 3 wide. Dante Moore waiting on the snap and a shotgun. There it is. Looking left. Now right. Throws right. Caught. First down to the running back out of the backfield inside the 35 to the 34. Oregon keeps the drive alive. 1st and 10. After last night, I got Miami winning it all. Oregon jerseys are so boring and mid. Tennessee waiting until 2028 to win the Natty again. Tennessee's never winning the Natty again. Pass complete behind the line of scrimmage, but again, just nowhere to go. Might have gained a couple of yards. That's it. This is the 4th time they're going on 4th down so far this game. 2nd and 8. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Just 3-0 the score. 5 wide. Dante Moore back to throw. Goes deep. Caught, but was he in bounds? Yes. Referee says yes. Oregon's going to be deep in the red zone now. Lou, is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it? When it comes to timeouts, it is. Yeah. Definitely got his foot down. Oregon probably would have won 6 games in the SEC. Yeah, right. This game is stressing me out. Time to break out the massage gun. We've got to do something about the first round buys. Yeah. The first round bye teams are now 0-5. 2nd and goal for Oregon. At the 10-yard line. Pistol formation. Snap. Handoff right up the middle. Inside the 5. Down to the 2. 3rd and goal. That was a tough run there. Davison with the carry. Some tough yards. 3rd and goal from the 2. Oregon going hurry up. 3 wide to the top. Dante Moore, shotgun with a running back. Snap. They hand it off to him. Hit at the line and stop for no gain. 4th and 2. From the goal. From the 2. 4th and goal from the 2. The stadium upper deck is empty. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Fans can't afford to travel across the country 4 different times during the month of December and January. So it's just, this is what you end up with. Also, they just showed the upper deck, and I disagree that it's mostly empty. There's a lot of people in the upper deck. The stadium is cursed. Miami would destroy both Oregon and Texas Tech. Unless it's the Rose Bowl, that stadium is never empty. Game over. Not sure Texas Tech will score any points at all. Lou, what type of dog is Burgle? A pug and Chihuahua mix. If it were, say, Georgia and Bama, that jank would be packed. Bending but not breaking so far. They gone for like 5 fourth downs. Practice must be a joke for the teams that had first round bye. What do you mean game over? Commercial break. Got to be 4th and goal from the 2 for Oregon when we come back. This game is boring. If it was 75-0, you'd say this game was boring. You only like football if the score is 30-28. All top seeds could lose. Rose Bowl be less populated with all the rain. If you voted for the over, you owe Lou a $5 super chat. Where's the lady, Lou? She went to her parents' house to eat, or her mom and her sister. She went with her mom and her sister's house to eat a New Year's Day meal. These people that say games like this are boring just don't like football. The Big 12 is in reality a G5 level. What's your New Year's resolution? I don't make New Year's resolutions. If I want to change something, I do it immediately. I don't wait till January 1st. 4th and 12. I mean, 4th and 12. 4th and 2. 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the first half. Oregon's going to go for it. 4th and goal from the 2. 3 wide to the bottom. Shotgun. Snap. Rolls right. Throws. Batted down, incomplete. Another turnover on downs. This one at the 2-yard line. Low-scoring games are extremely exciting. I think Ryan Day needs to be calling the plays for Ohio State from now on. Yeah, worked out great yesterday. Oregon dominating the stat sheet, but can't score. The yardage total has got to be insane in this game. Or the differential. Let's see what it is. Texas Tech has 50 yards of offense. Oregon has 160. And they're only winning 3-0. Oregon only has 8 yards rushing. Texas Tech going deep. Incomplete, out of bounds, deep downfield on the sideline. 2nd and 10 coming up for Texas Tech. Yeah, they forget points win games, not yards. Yeah, that's right. Better start kicking some field goals, Dan. You better start kicking some field goals, Dan. 3rd and 6 from the 5. Morton standing on his own goal line in a shotgun. Back to throw. First down. All the way to the 15. Texas Tech gets out of the hole. 1st and 10 on the 15. Dan Lanning needs a 5-foot, 150-pound white walk-on running back to throw a swing pass to on these 4th downs. I know one he can have if it's up to me. Analytics is Oregon's head coach, yeah. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10 there for Texas Tech. Going to bring up 2nd and 10. 3:23 to go in the first half. 3-0 Oregon with the lead. It's like the Bama-Oklahoma game, double amount on offense and losing the game. Let's check on our bets here. I think we're going to hit my bet, and the comment section is going to lose their bet. Texas Tech on the ground, gains a yard, 3rd and long coming up. All right, let's see what bets we have on the game here. We've got the comment section bet, which was Oregon, Texas Tech over 24 points in the first half. That's a loser. Luckily, I wised up. Only bet $30 on y'all's bet because y'all lose every time. My bet was Oregon money line first half for $50. Looks like we're going to hit that one, hopefully. Back to throw, 3rd and long, caught. Another first down across the 25 to the 26. I might have spoke too soon. Might have spoke too soon. All right, Oregon, we need you to slow them down here. Texas Tech on the ground. Fumble. Oregon recovered. 2nd turnover of the game. 2nd turnover of the game. Oregon's going to have the ball in Texas Tech territory again. Got to take care of that ball, man. You're carrying it like a loaf of bread. What are you doing? Too much a spin move, man. Another turnover gives Oregon the ball and with good field position here. Look, can they capitalize? We will see. Boy, Dan Lanning is cracked out of his mind today. I'd like to see Dan Lanning versus Michael Irvin in a coke-off. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Throws. Caught. Down to the 21. Gain of 8. 2nd and 2 coming up for Oregon. Plenty of time. 2:20 to go. Oregon's got 2 timeouts, and the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. Mike Bobo fault. Dan Lanning leaves points on the board. Everything is Mike Bobo's fault. Oregon might not even run a play here. No, they're going to wait and hit the 2-minute warning. There we are, 2-minute warning. When we come back, it's going to be 2nd and 2. Oregon's got the ball on the Texas Tech 21 up 3-0. Dan Lanning was on TV this morning, and he looked very somber compared. Where did it go? Compared to what he looks like during the game. You got your money on Irving? I think he has an experience advantage. I think he definitely has an experience advantage. Lou, is your center still out? Yes. Will it matter? No. Getting some other players back, though. Colby Young's supposed to be back. Chauncey Bowen should be back. Ethan Barbour should be back. Georgia's about the healthiest they've been all year right now. .68 yards of total offense for Texas Tech. Yeah, it's pitiful. Dan Lanning goes for it on 4th down like he's playing blackjack and hits on 19. Yeah. Dan Lanning has the same approach to going for it on 4th down that Huffer Billy Paw has when he's dealt 10s in blackjack. Chip Kelly winning a natty for Ryan Day, then being offensive coordinator for Northwestern is a wild character arc. Yeah, I don't really understand that move. I'm kind of surprised he took that job. Lanning always splits 10s and not aces. That sounds right. Is the NFL in the NFL, if the team's starting center goes out, the opposing team covers 80% of the time the next week? That would mean a lot if this was an NFL game. Why are some people doing fireworks today? You'd have to ask whichever people it is that are doing it. I can't answer why someone else is doing something. Irvin and Lanning make up 87% of Colombia's GDP. All right, is Oregon going to score a touchdown or what? What are we going to do here? They keep getting down here and they keep not scoring. Third and 1, they lose yards again. Now, what are they going to do here? 4th and 2. 4th and 2 at the 22. What are they going to do here? You think they're going to go for it again? They've gone through, have they gone for it 5 times already on 4th down, I think? What are they going to do here? 4th and 2 at the 20. Looks like a field goal this time. Right in the middle of the field. This will be a short one compared to the last one. The last one was a 50-yarder. This one, 39 from the middle of the field. And I'm sure Texas Tech is going to call a timeout here. Yeah, Texas Tech called a timeout, iced kicker. This Tech defense is insane. Dan Lanning's desk is a mirror. Yeah. On the wall behind his desk, he has one of those "The World Is Mine" pictures up on the wall from Scarface. Dan Lanning would be the worst gambler of all time. Yeah. He has an extremely high risk tolerance, Dan Lanning. All right, here comes the field goal now. Going to be about a 39-yarder. Dead center of the field here. 1:37 to go in the first half. Oregon up 3-0, trying to make it 6. Here we go. Snap, hold, kick. Looks good. And it is good. 6-0 now the score. Lanning bet the under. Well, me too. What was it? Wasn't it under like 50 or something? Yeah, I have under 50.5 points. And I'm not going to lie, I'm feeling pretty good about that. This is going to be, by the way, the second playoff game in a row, last night and now today, where the team that had a bye scored 0 points in the first half. Ohio State, coming off a bye, scored 0 in the first half last night. Now Texas Tech, coming off a bye, scores 0 here. Lou, how was the steak last night? It was amazing. You can't beat a good ribeye. If Lanning and Irving were out boating, Trump would blow it up. Oh, man, y'all need to stop, man. Do you think they should get rid of the bye? I don't mind a bye. A bye is supposed to be 1 week off, not 3 weeks off. The problem is the length is the delay. 25 days between games is just stupid. That's not a bye. That's a mini off season. I mean, teams have buys during the season all the time, and it's a huge benefit to teams. But 3.5 weeks off is crazy. Almost intercepted again. Oregon jumped a route and damn near picked it off again. Ball's incomplete. 1:30 to go now. 2nd and 10 for Texas Tech. Second and 10 on the 25. Morton, pump fakes. Now throws complete. Has a little bit of room. Gain of a... No, he fumbled. No, he didn't. I thought he fumbled again. He didn't fumble. Gain of 5, though. 3rd and 5 coming up with 1:18 to go. People say that Ohio State fans make excuses every time they lose, but I'm an Ohio State fan, and I'm not making excuses because Miami was the better team, says Charisse. Ran into his own lineman, had a shit ton of room. It did look like he fumbled, didn't he? Like when the players jumped on the ground, thought they were jumping on the ball. 3rd and 5, shotgun, 2 wide to the top, 2 to the bottom, back to throw. Scrambling around, wants to run, spin move, tackled near the line of scrimmage, might have gained a yard. 4th and 4. 3 weeks off is no excuse. Who cares? What about week 1? That's like 8 months off. Yeah, but you're playing another team that had 8 months off. I mean, if you want to think it's a coincidence that we've had 5 playoff games involving teams with a 3-week bye, and all 5 of those teams have lost. If your argument is that that's just a coincidence, then that's interesting. Move all playoffs up and move Army-Navy game back out of the way. Live bet Texas Tech now if you want money. No, Texas Tech's not winning this game. Bud. Georgia going to beat the brakes off of Ole Miss. I hope so. I think betting Ole Miss in the first half would be a smart thing to do. These teams that are coming off of these buys are playing like shit in the first half. There's the kick. Fair catch called and made it to 21. Only 37 seconds left, and Oregon only has 1 timeout. I'd be surprised if they get too crazy here. When was the last time Georgia played Miami? 80 years ago or something? I really don't know. Not in my lifetime, I don't think. Who gets the ball to start the second half? Texas Tech does, I believe. Should Texas Tech bring the backup QB in? No. The only game they lost this year was when they played their backup QB. Pass complete, gain of about 8. Gets out of bounds with 33 seconds to go. Maybe Oregon will try to get into field goal range here to tack on another 3 points. Second and 2, 33 seconds to go. They're on the 30. They would need about 20 yards to try a field goal. Pass complete up at the 40. Another first down, gets out of bounds to stop the clock. 29 seconds to go. Oregon hurries back to the line. Lined up and ready to go. Snap, back to throw. Moore steps up in the pocket, scrambles, throws, caught, and they're in field goal range at the Texas Tech 37-yard line. Gain of almost 20. 19 seconds, and they still have a timeout saved to run their field goal unit out, but they got time for another couple of plays here. But they are in field goal range. Oh, my God. They snapped the ball on the ground. Loss of 10 yards. It's the third time Oregon's done that. That's the third time Oregon's been in field goal range and a negative play has put them out of field goal range. The guy just snapped it on the ground. Just a terrible snap. How do you let that happen? Come on, man. You got one job. Snap the ball, my guy. That's one of them Gilligan's Island dudes, too. They usually can snap the ball. Very sloppy game. This is what happens when you give teams 2 to 4 weeks off. Well, Texas Tech didn't have no time off. But, yeah, 4 weeks off between games is too much time. Back to throw. Scrambles right. 8 seconds. Pass complete. Back into field goal range at the 34. 33, they call a timeout with 1 second to go. They'll trot the field goal unit out and attempt a last-second field goal here. Uh-oh, flag down, though. Uh-oh, check the flag. Check the flag. I guess, but why is it only negatively affecting higher-ranked teams? I don't know what you mean by that, but every single team that has had a bye, whether they were the favorite or the underdog, has lost their first playoff game. So I don't know what you mean by it only affecting the underdog. Ohio State wasn't an underdog. Ohio State was the biggest favorite of any of these playoff games. The bye week teams aren't going to lose every game every single time, but I mean, it's pretty obvious two years into this 12-team playoff that teams that have had a bye and have had to wait 4 weeks between games are not playing well. Whether they're favored or not is irrelevant. Ohio State was a 10-point favorite and couldn't get a first down in the first half yesterday. Oregon didn't even attempt a field goal? I mean, I picked Indiana to win today. They're coming off the long bye, and I picked Georgia. Every time people watch elite defense, they call it sloppy football. They were on their own side of the field. Oh. Yeah, that's right. Penalty. I forgot about the penalty. All right, it's halftime. Now's a great time for y'all to go sign up for the Patreon page. We're going to watch Alabama and Indiana at 4 o'clock over on the Patreon. It's half off. Sign up today. The promo code is 2026, 26. Click that link. Go get signed up onto Patreon so we can hang out and watch the Rose Bowl at 4 o'clock after this one ends. I'm going to take about a 5-minute break here during halftime, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, sorry about that. That was my son on the phone. All right, second half underway here. Already a 3rd and 11 here. Second half just underway. 14-24 to go into third. Texas Tech gets the ball to start, and they're already looking at a 3rd and 11. All right, go Canes from Lithuania. Hey, be safe over there, Logan. Game speed is a real thing. I know from experience, says Brian Gentry. Game speed. Now, you could just be talking about game speed, or you could be talking about Dan Lanning and Michael Irvin. I'm not sure there. When you say game speed, I'm not sure if you're talking about like actual how fast the players are game speed, or if you're talking about Dan Lanning and Michael Irvin. It could be either one. Michael Irving and Dan Lanning have some serious game speed. I'll tell you that right now. 4th and 8, Texas Tech goes 3 and out and punts it away to start the third quarter. Ryan Day eats his steaks well done and with ketchup. Yeah, that's just unacceptable. Oregon with a big punt return across midfield, out of bounds at the 40. So Oregon, for what seems like the 100th time, is going to start this possession in Texas Tech territory. We'll see if they can finally score a touchdown. Dan Lanning is just a Florida man with a full set of teeth. You think Dan Lanning sits on the sidewalk like the rest of the Oregon people do? Why do I don't understand that. Why do people in Oregon shit on the sidewalk? What's the deal with that? That's just weird. All right, 1st and 10 Oregon on the Texas Tech 41. Dante Moore in a shotgun. He's going to hand it off right up the middle. Tough yards there. Might have gained 2 inside the 40. Second down coming up now. Because they're too high to find a bathroom. 1989. They're too... fentanyl is a hell of a drug. You can't fuck around with that fentanyl, man. That fentanyl is dangerous for real. You can't fuck around with that shit. All right, 4 wide here for Oregon. 2nd and 8 inside the Texas Tech 40. Back to throw. Dante Moore gets rid of it underneath. Has a little bit of room. He's going to be tackled about 3 yards short of the first down near the 33. 3rd and about 3 coming up now for Oregon. Oregon resident here. No drug is criminalized in Oregon. It's insane. You don't shit on the sidewalk, do you? I was told not to underestimate Texas Tech. Well, their defense is legit, that's for sure. They're having a hard time offensively here. It's Portland. Yeah, Portland's in Oregon. Oh, nearly caught and then nearly intercepted down in the 10, but it falls incomplete. It seems like Oregon ends up with 4th and 2 every damn time. And here they are again, 4th and 2 on the edge of field goal range again. They've already gone for it like 5 times on 4th down. What do they do here? Gonna go for it again, I think. This is wild. This is wild. Dante Moore under center. Old school football here. I formation. Snap. Play action. Nowhere to go with the ball. Moore scrambling. Takes off running. Didn't get it. Turnover on downs again. What is going on? What is going on? Dante Moore ran about 50 yards on this play just to gain 1 yard and turn the ball over on downs again. What is going on here? This is wild, y'all. Wild. Nicholas DePerno, what's up, buddy? Happy New Year. He says, crazy to think, but Michigan was more successful than Ohio State anyways. Go Dogs. Let's get this dynasty. Let's get Lou 100K subs. I like that. The internet and all, but Georgia fans may disappear when we win the Natty. Yeah. Georgia, 3 wins away from a dynasty. Georgia, 3 wins away from a dynasty. Dante Moore thinks he's Carson Beck from last night. Carson Beck, he had some massive third down scrambles to pick up some first downs in that game. Does the Oregon coach have a concussion? He might have CTE. He might have CTE. When Lou gets to 100K subs, I don't know, what does that say? When Lou gets 100K subs, them checks going to be fat. How many times do you think we get to sack Beck? Oh, I don't know. Miami's got the best offensive line in the country. I don't know. Got some money on a couple of these college basketball games. Give me a winner. I'll bet on one with you. Give me a winner, Darius. Give me a basketball winner. I'll bet it with you. Is James Madison offense better than TTU Texas Tech offense? No. Have you ever thought about coaching, Lou? I don't have time. I do this all the time. I don't have time to coach. That's a great idea, though. Ellis Robinson will have Malachi Tony eating out of a tube. Damn, man. We don't want nobody to get hurt. Texas Tech hands it off on first down. Loses a yard. 2nd and 11. Georgia probably facing Miami is going to be blockbuster. Well, Georgia's got to get past Ole Miss first. I do think Georgia will win, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Lou is important and busy. You don't have time to coach. Yeah, I mean, it is a good idea, but I don't have the time because I'm all the time doing these pointless live streams on YouTube. If I had to coach, it would cut into my YouTube time. Incomplete pass on 2nd and 11, 3rd and 11 coming up for Texas Tech. Where'd the guy go with the basketball bets, man? Give me a basketball bet. Are you worried about coming off a bye? I'm worried about not playing for 3 weeks. Texas Tech may as well just punt. I told you at the beginning of the stream, I told you I bet against every team that's coming off of the 3-week bye. I'm betting against all of them in the first half. So I bet against Texas Tech in the first half. I won that bet. I'm going to bet against Indiana in the first half, and I'm going to bet against Georgia in the first half. Turnover. 2 fumbles on 1 play, both recovered by Oregon, and Oregon's going to have the ball 1st and goal at the 5. Texas Tech is falling apart here. All seriousness, as much as Ohio State is dog shit, Miami D-line will give everyone problems, including the dogs. Yeah, that Reuben Bain is an absolute animal. Both of Miami's lines of scrimmage are legit. All right, if Oregon can't score here now, 1st and goal from the 5. Baron Morton is the worst QB in playoff history. You ever heard of DJ Uyunglulu? 1st and goal, toss sweep for Oregon. Oh my God, we have a touchdown, y'all. We have a touchdown. Yeah, the DJ Oogabadoogie. Uiungalele. Yeah, Lou is already the team asshole coach. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. I guess the only question now is, will Texas Tech score at all? Extra point is good. 13-0. Texas Tech has now turned it over 3 times. I heard Ohio State is blaming the wind. At a game played indoors? I guess Tech forgot you can get offensive players in the portal too. 2-score lead feels like game over right now. Yeah, it does. It does. Brat's YouTube is pissed off. The dome was too tight for Ohio State. What's up, Taylor? Good luck in the Rose Bowl today, my man. I live bet Texas Tech spread. Why? Why? What have you seen at any point in this game that led you to bet Texas Tech live? Why? It's a risky bet, so here's $20 to put on Northern Arizona plus 5.5 versus Montana. That's a basketball game today. Northern Arizona plus 5.5. All right, let me find it. I have it at plus 5, but I'm in. Northern Arizona plus 5. Doesn't come on until 6 o'clock, though. All right. I got it in. A badass Texas Tech looks... As bad as Texas Tech looks, Ohio State is worse? That's bad, then. That's bad for Ohio State, then. First round bye is a curse. It's like teens forget how to play football. Yeah, 3.5 weeks off is way too much time in between football games. They got to do something about that. Dan Lanning is hot garbage. Dude need to get fired. Yeah, right. Isn't it a little early to be with the elementary troll routine? I thought kids your age were still asleep at 1:30 in the afternoon on New Year's Day. All right, 11:20 to go. Oregon finally scored our first touchdown of the game, 13-0. They're on top. This kickoff is going to go into the end zone, and they're going to run it out from 5 yards deep, 10, 15, 20, out to the 23. And there is a flag down. This might back Texas Tech up around their own 10-yard line again if it's against Texas Tech. I wouldn't want to be UJ or Indiana. Yeah, I'm betting against everybody that had a bye in the first half. Ohio State didn't score any points in the first half. Now Texas Tech was shut out in the first half. I'm betting against Indiana in the first half, and I'm betting against Georgia in the first half. I do think Indiana and Georgia both will win, though. One bye week would be okay. You're already used to that. You have a plan for one bye week. Every team gets at least one bye week. Some years you get 2 bye weeks. You know, so you get basically 13 days off. But having 25 days between games is insane. Yep, it was on Texas Tech, so they're backed up on their own 8-yard line, 1st and 10. Pass complete behind the line of scrimmage. Ends up gaining about 7 yards, which is one of Texas Tech's best plays of the game. 2nd and 3 coming up now for Texas Tech. Damn, Lou, people love when Ohio State or Georgia lose, probably because we win so much. Yeah, it's not just Ohio State or Georgia. It was that, it was that way with Alabama too for a long time. Whatever programs are at the top of college football, it's always funny when they lose. So Ohio State, Georgia, right now Bama. It would be funny if Indiana lost, shit like that. Whoever's on top, people like to see them lose. Ohio State lost because they got outcoached and outplayed. It's that simple. It really is that simple. It really is. Got beat by a better team. 3rd and 1. Will Texas Tech pick up the first down? 3rd and 1 on the 18. Snap. Handoff. First down to the 20. Miracle. 1st and 10, Texas Tech. Miami was way more physical. Yes, they were. Dominated both lines of scrimmage. Ohio State loses to Michigan if they had even a remotely competent offense. Hey, Lou, who was favored in this game? Oregon. Oregon was a 2.5-point favorite. Oregon was a 2.5-point favorite. Happy New Year, Lou. Great stream as always. Go Canes. Hey, congrats, Mio. Big win for y'all last night. Happy New Year to you too, my man. Good to see you in here hanging out today. Back to throw on 2nd and 10. Texas Tech QB scrambles right. Throws. Caught. There's a big play. Gain of about 25 yards. Caught on the sideline. Texas Tech not dead yet. Still showing some signs of life. Handoff on 1st and 10. Not a lot of room. Falls forward for a yard. 2nd and 9 now with 9 minutes to go in the 3rd. Let's see if Texas Tech can get a drive together here and get themselves back in the game and make this thing interesting. Another handoff on 2nd and 9. Tries to bounce it outside. Tackled it around the 49-yard line. Gain of about 4. 3rd and 5 coming up now for Texas Tech. Jeremiah Smith just announced he's transferring to Miami. Yeah, right. All right. 3rd and 6. Jeremiah Smith had a good game last night. Another first down for Texas Tech. They're into Oregon territory all the way down to the 42. So this is the best looking drive of the day so far here for Texas Tech. Happy New Year's, woo. Thank you, Gavin. Happy New Year's to you. Oregon should be up by 21-28, but they keep shooting themselves in the foot. A lot of failed 4th downs for Oregon. Texas Tech goes deep, nearly intercepted. Oregon almost came up with their 4th turnover there. Overthrown pass nearly led to disaster there. Y'all don't forget the next game coming up is Alabama and Indiana at 4 o'clock, the Rose Bowl. I will be streaming that one over on Patreon. So a lot of you are already signed up over there. I'll see you over there at 4. For those of you who are not signed up on Patreon, what are you doing? I don't know. Get over there immediately. It's half off, too, if you sign up today on New Year's. Promo code is 2026, 2026. It's normally 10. You can sign up today for 5. We'll hang out at 4 and watch the Alabama-Indiana game. And we're giving away $100 over on the Patreon stream. Gave away $50 last night on the Patreon stream. We'll double it today. It is New Year's after all, and it is Lou Year. Happy Lou Year. So we will give away $100 today over on the Patreon stream. So click that link that I just put there. It's also in the comments, the description of the video. Costs you $5 to get signed up with promo code 2026. And maybe you'll win yourself some. Money. Ryan Williams now working at Build-A-Bear. Boy, that's his dream job there. That is his dream job. If Georgia beats Miami, I will not sleep that night. Well, be prepared to stay up. Be prepared to stay up, my man. Happy Lou Year. It's about to be an epic off season. There is no off season here. Y'all don't disappear when the season ends now. I do this dumb shit year round, believe it or not. Call-in shows every Tuesday and Thursday night year round. Live streams every weekend. Pointless, barely watchable videos uploaded almost every single day. I do this year round unless I'm out of town for some reason. Hey, Lou, will Georgia ever legalize online gambling? Yeah, but they'll be one of the last ones to do it because of the Bible. Off season is honestly just as fire as the regular season. It is. It's just less stressful. It's nobody's losing in the off season. We have just as much fun with none of the stress. I'm rooting for Indiana or Miami, to be honest, as an Ohio State fan. Thank you, Lou. Folks acting like the Dogs won already. Ole Miss can win. Georgia should win, but they can lose it for sure. Yeah, I don't think it's a guaranteed win for any of these playoff teams in this round. I think it's going to be a fight for every team. There is no prohibition on gambling in the Bible. Doesn't matter. There's no prohibition on drinking in the Bible either, but that didn't stop them. Ole Miss is a great team, but Georgia will probably dominate. I hope Georgia wins and then beats Miami. Second and 10 for Texas Tech. Toss sweep. God, nowhere to go. Drop for a loss of 2 or 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd and long now for Texas Tech. They've had a good drive here. Started on their own 8-yard line. They're across midfield, but now looking at a 3rd and about 12. FSU is cooked until they fire Mike. Yes, they are. They're not going to be any good for the foreseeable future. Should the Rose Bowl be the permanent national championship location? No. 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Caught. Fights forward. But he's going to be short of the first down by about a yard. Got to go for it, I think, if you're Texas Tech. It's going to be 4th and 1. I feel like they got to go for it here. Snap. Quarterback keep. Turnover on downs. Wildcat formation, direct snap to the running back. Drop for a loss of a yard. Turnover on downs. What's worse, Tennessee defense or Tech offense? Tennessee defense. Yeah, 4th and less than a yard, you got to hit the fucking hole. I don't know what that guy was doing dancing around in the backfield. Pick a gap and hit it, my man. That was not good. 4th and 1. They turn it over on downs. Oregon now with the ball on their own 35, up 13-0, 6:30 to go in the third. Snap. Handoff. Gain 6 across the 40 to the 41. Going to be 2nd and 4 now. What would Texas Tech's record be if they played in the Big Ten? It would depend on their schedule. That's kind of a dumb question. I mean, if they played Rutgers, Purdue, Minnesota, Northwestern, UCLA, they'd be undefeated. If they played Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon, Iowa, they'd be less than undefeated. I mean, that's a dumb question. Moore rolls right on 3rd and 1, wants to run, picks it up and ducks out of bounds. Needed a yard, gains 2, keeps the drive alive up near midfield. Florida and Florida State are both screwed, bruh. Yes, they are. Both programs are in a really bad way right now, looking up, way, way up at Miami. Here's a dumb question. Where's the Rudy fans right now? They're on Twitter complaining about ESPN and selection committees. First and 10, Oregon at the 46. Dante Moore under center this time. Snap. Hands it off. Only gains a couple of yards. 2nd and 8 now. 4:40 to go in the third. Texas Tech defense can't stand out there much longer. They score another touchdown, it's over. Yeah, the Texas Tech defense is going to start to wear out too. I mean, they're really, really good, but when your offense can't do anything at all, even the best defenses in the world are going to give in eventually. Lou, Notre Dame fans are worse than FSU fans. We got to wait and see how the next 6 months played out. The thing about FSU fans is they continued their crybaby routine for all 8 months of the offseason. We'll see if Notre Dame continues to do that. Dante Moore on 2nd and 8 keeps and picks up about 4. Going to be 3rd down, coming up on 4 minutes to go in the third. Rudy at home playing with their Connect toys. Damn. What the fuck, man? Who cried more about being home, left out, Notre Dame or FSU? Objection, Your Honor, asked and answered about 10 seconds ago. Florida will win the Heisman in the offseason. Again? 3rd and 4. Handoff. Not going to get it. What if I told you Oregon's facing another 4th and 2 on the Texas Tech side of the field? This must be their 7th or 8th time looking at 4th and 2. They've gone for it 6 times. They've gotten it about half the time. The other half, they've turned it over. What are they going to do here? Coming up on 3 minutes to go, 4th and 2 at the Texas Tech 46-yard line. Of course they're going to go for it. Shotgun for Dante Moore. Motion. Snap. Back to throw. Intercepted. And returned back to the original line of scrimmage. Damn, man, this is unbelievable, man. How many turnover on downs in this game? 5 or 6 at least already turnover on downs. UGA Chris, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, hey, I just signed up for the Patreon. Let's go. All right, Chris, hey, let me show you something real quick. So this is how the Patreon stream works. Because it can be a little confusing sometimes if you've never been over there before. So let me just show you how it works here real quick. Patreon works similar to a Facebook page, except only I can make posts on there. So what I do is I go to the Patreon page and I'll make a post about the stream. So like this is the post I made for last night's Patreon stream, Miami and Ohio State. You'll see it says Miami versus Ohio State Patreon stream. The Rose Bowl comes on today at 4. So at around 3:45, I'll make this same post over on Patreon, but instead of saying Miami versus Ohio State, it'll say Alabama versus Indiana. And it's what it is it's a link to a private YouTube stream. So you're not actually watching the stream on Patreon. The link is just posted on Patreon, and it's a private link only accessible through to Patreon, if that makes sense. So you'll see a post just like this around 4 o'clock that says Alabama versus Indiana Patreon stream. You'll click the little YouTube play button in the center right here, and the stream will start to play. You don't want to watch it on here, though. You want to come down here where it says YouTube, click on that, and it'll automatically take you to your YouTube app, and you'll be watching the stream on YouTube. So, like, here's last night's Ohio State stream.
Big jump on blanket. Oh, he did a big jump on blanket.
With 3 minutes to go in the third, a shoestring tackle saved a touch. To throw, caught, hit both bets. Under 40.5. So, does that make sense? That's how the Patreon stream works. So there you go. But I appreciate that, Chris. We'll see you over there at 4, my man. This game is what I expected Carson Beck to look like last night. Just way too many turnover. Well, Carson Beck, I mean, he had a good game, but how many yards did Miami throw for? Like 120 or something? I think this is 2 straight games now that Miami has won in the playoffs where Carson Beck has been under 150 yards passing. So Miami's doing it with defense and ground game. Texas Tech feels like 17 UGA. Natty defense, no offense. Well, Georgia had a better offense than this in 2017. I mean, you got to remember they had Nick Chubb and Sony Michel. You back? Like vertebrae?
Like vertebrae.
Nice of the lady to drop in for a few minutes today. Appreciate that. I'm
Good
sure.
morning. Happy New
I'm sure you'll be
Year.
back out on the road here soon.
No, actually, I don't have anywhere to go now.
I don't believe that. Who's picking the girl up?
She heard the lady's mom is bringing her.
Oh.
The girl's mom's bringing her.
Dang. All right. I heard there's about 6 or 7 turnovers in this game. No, I think Texas Tech, I think there's been 3 turnovers, I think. Turnover on downs, yeah. About 6 or 7, yeah. Texas Tech's got the ball back near midfield here. We'll see what they can do. Hey, can I push it to work? Let the roads cool off, B.A. Yeah, she keeps the roads hot, man. She claims she's not leaving anymore today, but, you know, the day is young, so we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Where's the Alabama pacifier? Don't worry, I got it ready to go, buddy. I got it ready to go. It's always within arm's reach, my man. 2nd and 16 for Texas Tech. Delayed handoff. Uh-oh, big hole. Nice run. Across midfield, gain of about 13 yards. Going to make it 3rd and 3 now for Texas Tech on the right side of the field. Back-to-back false starts, I missed that. Well, what else can Texas Tech do wrong? 3rd and 3, they're going to hand it off, and they're going to be close. Looks like they got it. Texas Tech first down with 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Tennessee has 6 ships. Georgia has 3. Tennessee does not have 6 national titles. The majority of those are made up and fake. Tennessee's got 2 legitimate national titles. Hilarious that Bama's props are a pacifier and a teddy bear. Hilarious and apropos. That's a French word that means it makes sense. Tennessee has been irrelevant since 1998. Yeah, they haven't won anything since the late 1900s. They haven't even won the conference since last century. Here come Burgle. Here come Burgle. We got the Burgle cam going today.
Oh,
The
nice.
people requested it. They requested the Burgle cam.
Oh,
so.
right on her too. Look
Yeah,
at that.
Burgle cam. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where's Burgle? Right there in the chair. First and 10, Texas Tech at the Oregon 45. Back to throw. Pass complete to the running back out in the flat. Gain of about 7. Another good first down play. 2nd and 3 coming up for Texas Tech. Another good-looking drive here. Let's see if they can finally capitalize with something. You're about to make some coffee? I drank some coffee this morning. I'm going to hold off on the coffee until the primetime game, but I'm going to get revved up tonight for the Sugar Bowl. Have to take a shot on every turnover. I can't handle that, boss. Not in this game. Especially if you're counting turnover on downs. 3rd and 2. Texas Tech going quick here on the 37. Snap. Handoff. First down. To the 34, 33-yard line. Another good drive put together here by Texas Tech. Let's see if they can get some points on the board. 1st and 10, under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Ohio State's overratedness made Miami look good. You don't think Miami's good? Wow. What, you don't think every team is good that's left in the playoffs? Going deep. Caught inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal, Texas Tech. They're in business now. Uh-oh, Oregon. All those bad decisions might come back to haunt Oregon. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That was a good throw, too, by a quarterback who's had a pretty bad game up to this point, but he put that one on the money. 1st and goal at the 9. Whistles, and that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. 13-0, Oregon on top. 1 quarter to go. 1 quarter to go. One quarter to go, Berg. You hanging in there? You got this. You got this. Tech gets a touchdown. I might put some pressure on Oregon. Anybody making any money on the sleeper app with these playoff games? Because I'm not. Let's see here. No, I'm definitely not. We still got time to put another play in on the Alabama-Indiana game and the Georgia-Ole Miss game if we want to, over on Sleeper. Try to make some money over there. If I just take the under on all of Alabama's rushing numbers. I made money at the casino last night. Pay me. What'd you play? What were you playing? Congrats, my man. I love it when the casino loses, and I love it when the bookie loses. What were you playing? Got to give Cristobal a ton of credit for 2 huge wins. We've given him crap for his bad in-game decisions in the past, but you got to give him credit. Yeah, they've won 2 playoff games. They were an underdog in both games, and one of them was on the road. Hilarious that Bama's props are a pass. Okay, we're caught up on the super chats. Go Dogs from Tifton, Georgia. What's up, Randy Payne? Good to see you in here, buddy. Well, you got to stop at the crotch shots, or else what? Normally, I only do that on my OnlyFans page, so you ought to be lucky that you're getting it for free here. I make big money over on my OnlyFans. A handoff for Texas Tech is going to go nowhere. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 9. Still weary on Cristobal for fumbling the game away against Georgia Tech. Yeah, he's never going to live that down. He's never going to live that down. 0-6 regular teams with a bye now. Well, 0-5. This would be 6 if Texas Tech loses. Jet sweep. Nowhere to go. They're going to lose yards again. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 11. Third and goal from the 9. Back to throw. Into the end zone. Intercepted. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Was it 5 turnovers now and 6 turnover on downs? Something like that. I think that's 5 turnovers this game, and I think 6 turnover on downs. Unbelievable. Oregon probably going to look to take a bunch of time off the clock with this drive here. They keep it on the ground on 1st down for a gain of 4. That's what I would do. Chew that clock up, get the fuck out of here with a win, and move on. CDF, what's up, buddy? Thank you for the super chat. Says, hey, Lou, I love your channel. Been watching from London for many years. Thanks for the entertainment. My wife constantly telling me to turn you down when watching in bed, but she even calls notes copious notes now. Yeah, you got to have your copious notes, man. Got to have your copious notes. Got them right here. Got them right here. Got to keep your copious notes within arm's reach at all times. 2nd and 7. Another 3-yard gain. Going to be 3rd and 3 now for Oregon at the 27-yard line. London, England. Back to throw on 3rd and 3. Nope, quarterback draw. Not going to get it. Guess what it's going to be now? 4th and 2 again. I swear Oregon has had 4th and 2 100 times in this game. They got to punt it here, though, yeah? There's no way they go for it here. I would like to apologize to society for trying to give tickets to this game away and to the 2 kids that got them through the Miami Boys Club. Well, I'm sure they're having a good time, Hog Man. I'm sure they're having a good time. Oregon punts it away on 4th and 2, but there's a flag down. Punt's going to go dead around the 21-yard line, but let's see what the flag is. If it's on Texas Tech, that would give Oregon a first down. It's got to be either offsides on Texas Tech or illegal formation on Oregon. Wow, offsides on Texas Tech. That's going to give Oregon a first down. Unbelievable. Texas Tech just doesn't deserve to win this game with the turnovers and the penalties and the fucking terrible offense. You just can't expect to win a playoff game this way. First down, Oregon. 11 and a half minutes to go. It's going to eat at least another 2 or 3 minutes off the clock now. Texas just giving the game away. Tennessee is living in poverty. Facts. Facts. Absolute poverty, too. Handoff. Going to gain about 4 to the 36 or 37-yard line. Second down coming up now for Oregon. Imagine an ACC team advancing further than the Big 12. Burgle for Heisman. Berg, they trying to give you the damn Heisman, dude. That's a big award. That's a massive award, Berg. You want to win the Heisman, dude? Can you do this? Can you do this? No? All right. Go back to sleep then. 2nd and 7, Oregon gains about 4. Third down coming up. By the end of today, there will be 0 SEC teams left, says a pretend Tennessee fan. Y'all don't let that Tennessee fan in the comment section get y'all riled up. He's not even a Tennessee fan. He's like he's an 11-year-old troll. He's been around forever. Roger Watkins, what are you talking about? That's literally impossible. Come on, man. Third and 3. Oregon back to throw. Caught. First down and a lot of room across midfield inside the 40, 35, down to the 33. Big play from Oregon. 1st and 10, Ducks at the 33. December 6th to January 1st is way too long of a layoff. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous to have 25, 26 days, whatever it is, between games. I'm not saying that's why Texas Tech is losing, but it just doesn't make any sense to have teams go 3.5 weeks without playing. Dante Moore is going to take off running, only gains a couple of yards to about the 30. What's up, Smoke? Says, Happy New Year's to you and yours. Lou, I missed your Iowa versus Vandy stream yesterday. Any thoughts on Iowa's win after Diego Poverty's comments? No, I mean, they beat the shit out of Vandy. But no, I don't have any thoughts on it, really. No. This game is hot garbage. I mean, nobody likes Diego Poverty. Handoff from Oregon. Goes nowhere on 2nd and 7. It's going to be 3rd and 7 now. How much you want to bet Oregon gains 5 yards on this 3rd down to make it 4th and 2? 8:40 to go. 3rd and 7 at the 30. 3 wide to the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. Dante Moore, shotgun, snap, back to throw. Looks left, throws left. It's going to be 4th and 2. 5-yard gain. 4th and 2 again. Damn, man. What the fuck? You got to kick the field goal here if you're Oregon. There's a big difference between 16 and 13. You got to kick the field goal here and make it a 16 to nothing. You make it 16 to nothing, Texas Tech would have to score 3 times to beat you. They could score twice to tie you, but 16 would make it to where they can't beat you with 2 scores. The AI summary says Burgle is a player. Who does he play for? Burgle, who you playing for, man? Well, Burgle's playing in the Sugar Bowl tonight at 8 o'clock. Snort harder into the mic, please. Oregon is not impressive offensively. Well, Texas Tech, both of these teams have really good defenses. Who are we kidding? Texas Tech would be lucky to score once. Don't tell Luz knows what to do. Why does Ole Miss worry you? They aren't good. You don't think Ole Miss is, if you don't think Ole Miss is good, you're just stupid. You're completely football ignorant. You're just absolutely retarded. If you think Ole Miss is quote not any good, you're just stupid. There are no teams left in the playoffs that aren't any good. You're just an idiot. Are any of the teams who get the bye going to win? Yes. Burgle just hung over, or is he an OSU fan? Ole Miss has a good team, hence why they're in the playoffs. We get tricked into believing that Big 12 hype when they are really a G5 level conference. Bama versus Georgia for the Natty. You say Bama's no good all the time. No, I say they're soft. You're hard of hearing per normal. Obviously, you don't have to be good to get into the playoffs. Look at Texas Tech. If you don't think Texas Tech is any good, you don't understand football at all. Here comes the field goal, and it is good. 16-0 the score. Lou, what's the Patreon discount code? 2026 2026. We'll be streaming on Patreon for the Rose Bowl, Alabama, Indiana. There's the link right there. Promo code 2026. Half off. Bama will run for big numbers today versus a soft Big Ten defense. As a Buckeye, I'm suing Florida State for letting Miami get out of Florida. We taking the over in the first half, Alabama versus Indiana. The chat takes the over every single time. I'm not. Kevin Riley is back. Alabama running game is about to see new strides. Here comes the kickoff for Oregon after making it 16-0. Just under 8 minutes to go. Texas Tech going to have to get in hurry-up mode now. Did you hear about the flu that is going around? No. I don't get sick during football season. All right, if Texas Tech's going to do something, it's got to happen now. 7:53 to go. They're down 16-0. First and 10 on their own 25. Back to throw. I don't know what he was doing there. Incomplete pass. Terrible play. The flu. FJB, I see what you did there. Hey, you know, FJB, you know what'll prevent that, don't you? You got to get you one of those, bud. Oh, boy. Just paid Lou like I am supposed to. Well, I appreciate it. What'd you do? So, you do Patreon? Lou thinks Texas Tech is good. They are good. You think Ole Miss isn't any good. They scored 6 times in a row on Georgia. Type the teams down below that you think are good. Go Dogs, Dog Nation. Type the teams down below that you think are good. It shouldn't take you very long. You don't think Ole Miss is good. You don't think Texas Tech is good. It shouldn't take you very long. I want you to type the teams down below that you think are good. Come on. I'm waiting. Who somebody has played has nothing to do with how good a team is. Do you think Georgia would be worse if they had played Mississippi State 12 times this year? Would they be worse? They'd be just as good as they are now, regardless of who they played. In any case, I'm still waiting on you to type the teams down below who you think are good. All we know about you so far is that you think Ole Miss and Texas Tech aren't any good. I want to know who you think is good. I'm still waiting. Look at Oregon. They dominating. So is Oregon good? Oregon's good? Okay. How do you know Oregon's good? And don't tell me it's because they're dominating Texas Tech, because you're telling me Texas Tech is no good. So dominating them doesn't make Oregon good. So how do you know Oregon's good? Are they good because they lost to Indiana? If Oregon's good, do you think Indiana's good? Because Indiana beat them. So do you think Indiana's good? Why can't you type out the teams that you think are good? Is there something wrong with you? It's a straightforward, simple question. Type out a list of teams that you think are good. Indiana is good. How do you know? Why is Indiana good? Is Miami good? Is Ohio State good? Is Alabama good? Type out the teams that are good. I don't understand why it's taking you this long. Is Alabama good? So you can't tell me who you think is good. Okay, so you're just mentally retarded. Okay. You think Indiana and who else did you say? Indiana and Oregon are good. Nobody else is good. Okay. Burgle has more Heisman votes than Tennessee has opt-outs. Thank you, Nate the Great. I collect a disability check for being retarded. I believe you. I believe you. 1st and 10 for Oregon at the Texas Tech 25 with 6:53 to go. Burgle for Heisman. I don't have to work like you do. I can sit at home and chill, my friend. Well, you should take some of that time you're sitting at home doing nothing and educate yourself about college football. You wouldn't look so stupid in the comment section if you did that. I work so that you'll have something to do, bud. I work so you can sit at home and watch me all day. 2nd and 9 for Oregon. That guy must shit on the sidewalk. Yeah, do you shit on the sidewalk, bud? Under 6 minutes to go now. Third and 8 for Oregon. Probably going to gain 6 yards. Toss sweep. Actually, I think it's going to be 4th and 3 this time, not 4th and 2. I think it's going to be 4th and 3 this time. It's still pretty close, though. You got to kick the field goal again, make it a 3-possession game. I appreciate the hard work, Lou. Been keeping me entertained for at least 8 years now. Yeah, good to see you in here again today, Chris. What's up, my man? Happy New Year. Thinking it'll be Georgia versus Indiana in the title game. Tech's defense is elite, but their offense was overwhelmingly underwhelming today. A field goal will seal it. Missed it. Missed it. Boy, this has been a weird game, man. Hey, and guess what? Guess what? At 4 o'clock, we get to watch Alabama versus Indiana in the Rose Bowl, where it's been pouring down rain for 48 hours straight. I'm sure that game won't be sloppy. I'm sure nobody will make any mistakes at all in that game. Yeah, if it was 4th and 2, they would have gone for it, not gotten it, and turned it over on downs. Instead, it was 4th and 3, so they decided to kick a field goal and miss it and turn it over on downs. Don't tell Uncle Lou what to do. Yeah, whatever you do, don't tell me what to do. That's a terrible idea. Alabama and Indiana are both bad teams. Whoever's losing is bad. Whoever's winning is good. That's the extent of that guy's football knowledge. Oregon's winning. They're good. Texas Tech is losing. They're bad. They're not good. Ole Miss, not good. Ole Miss is 11 and 1. Oh, you want to hear something else funny? Watch this. Hey, go Dogs, Dog Nation. What is the what's the hardest conference? What's the toughest conference? What's the best conference? This will be good. What's the best conference, retard dog man? You couldn't hack an Etch-a-Sketch, buddy. You couldn't hack an Etch-a-Sketch, man. But what's the best conference, though? What's the best conference? Dog, man. The SEC? Yeah. And Ole Miss went 11-1 in the SEC, and you're telling us they're no good. They're not any good. You might be the dumbest human being that's ever been in this comment section, man. And I don't know how long you've been watching, but that is really saying something. Because there have been some people in here that can barely fog a mirror on a good day. And you make some of them look like Mensa students. What do you think about this bye curse that's going on with the playoffs the last 2 seasons? It's not the bye, it's 25 days off. If Texas Tech plays like this in a big game, I wonder if they know Kelly needs a job. Huh? 4.5 minutes to go. Texas Tech is on their last leg here. Hey, Lou, why do you hate Notre Dame? I don't hate Notre Dame. I don't hate any team. SEC is the best conference all day long. Oh, okay. And Ole Miss is in the SEC, and they went 11-1. But that guy says they're no good. I'm not going to talk about the Stranger Things finale for 1 week. When there's a finale like that, I don't want to ruin it for anybody. So I give anybody that wants to watch it a week before I talk about it. Going deep into double coverage. Tried to throw another interception, but he didn't. Lou, we all know the Big East is the best conference, says Bulldog Brian. Yeah. Right. How could I forget? If you are still playing at this point, you're good. Lou, do you watch the show Fallout? No, I've heard about it, but I've never seen it. But yeah, I did watch the series finale of Stranger Things last night at like 1 in the morning. Watched it from like 1 to 3 in the morning. If I can hack KBS page, I can hack you. No, you can't. You couldn't hack an Etch-a-Sketch, buddy. You can't do a goddamn thing. Fallout is great as a game and show. Go clean your room, man. Third and 10. 3:33 to go. They're on their own 30. 4 wide. Snap. Back to throw. Steps up. Gonna run. Short of the first down to the 36. 4th and 4. Obviously, they have to go for it here. I'm a broken-hearted Buckeyes fan. Sacked. Well, that's it. Oregon's going to take over with 3 minutes to go in a 16-point lead. What time is it? 3:07. I'm going to get out of here, take about a 30-minute break before I fire up the Patreon stream. I'll post the Patreon link one more time. There you go. If y'all want to hang out and watch the Rose Bowl at 4 o'clock, Alabama and Indiana, click that link for the Patreon page. The link is also in the description of the video. It's half off if you sign up today. Use promo code 2026 2026. You'll get half off. We'll hang out. We'll watch the Rose Bowl, Alabama, Indiana at 4. I'll be back here on Patreon at 7:30 or 8 o'clock tonight for the Sugar Bowl, Georgia and Ole Miss. So congratulations to Oregon. 3 minutes to go. They've got the ball in the red zone. I don't know if they'll score again or not, but they're obviously going to win the game. Still a good year for Texas Tech, I think. I like Joey McGuire, their head coach. Not enough offense for them today to keep themselves in the game. So that's going to do it. I will see y'all at 4 o'clock over on the Patreon page.